The Platt family bands together to navigate their new surroundings after a cosmic event transports their suburban neighborhood to someplace unknown in The End of Oak Street. Directed and written by David Robert Mitchell, writer-director of It Follows, and starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor, who, if you don't know who they are, you've been living under a rock. So this movie, it's overall pretty fun. Both Hathaway and McGregor put in pretty strong performances in general, and there are a few moments of, like, shockingness. There are a few moments that are shocking. There's one moment in particular which didn't see it coming. It's like, holy shit! There's a few things that are, like, a little questionable, like, Hathaway and McGregor's characters, they're having marital troubles, and they really seem to be, like, trying to push that, but then, you know, they're transported to the past, the prehistoric period, and that whole thing is just seems like meaningless squabbles compared to being now having to live with bloodthirsty dinosaurs. So it's like, I get it. You have this husband and wife, they're having troubles, and they're forced to band together and realize they still love each other and all of that. But it's like, you could have really just done without it. One thing I really did like about this movie, though, is the depiction of the dinosaurs. Do I wish they kept the whole dinosaur part like a secret, and, you know, like, we don't see the dinosaurs until we actually go into the movie? Absolutely. It would have been a nice surprise. But the dinosaur aspect in general, they really incorporated what we know now about them. You know, back when Jurassic Park came out, at the time, it's what we knew about them. It's what we theorized about them. And fast forward to 2026, we're evolving because our understanding of dinosaurs are evolving. Like, just as a few examples, as to not spoil too much, there's dinosaurs with feathers. There's dinosaurs with fur, with hair. There's a new theory going around of how the T-Rex's feet were padded, so he was able to sneak up on people. That happens too. So it's really cool to, like, kind of see them really showcase things we know now and new theories about dinosaurs. Like, even at one point, like, this is set in the early 80s, one of the kids is looking at a book of dinosaurs, and it's what they knew then at the time in the 80s about dinosaurs. So, like, I don't know, it's just kind of great to see them, like, show what they know at the time, but also incorporate what we know now about them. And remaining on the dinosaurs, the special effects to create them are fantastic. The dinosaurs look great. There are a few moments of pretty decent peril. I do wish there was definitely more, though. And yeah, like, I feel like this had potential to, like, be like a full-on legit horror movie, and it's really kind of horror light, which, of course, to me as a horror fan is disappointing. But the movie still, in general, is pretty fun. One thing I was not a fan of was the ending. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this, something pretty big happened. Something pretty shocking happened. Something that's you don't see coming at all. So when the ending happens, it just kind of throws it away. They copped out. Like, I get wanting to have the feel-good ending, the happy ending, and all of that. And personally, I'm sick of the happy ending. I want to see things end on a dark note for once, you know? So, to have the movie end with how something happened, I think would have been a much better ending. Now, obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything because it is a pretty big moment. Like, when it happens, like, I sat there, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. But then the ending happens. And they just threw it all away. The story in general is pretty paint by numbers. You know, the family gets caught somewhere unfamiliar. They have to survive, but then they get out. I honestly would have preferred to see them, like, stuck in prehistoric time. and they learn to live with their surroundings. They learn to thrive in their surroundings. I honestly think that would have been a better ending, but that's me. So, in general, this movie, like I said, this movie is fun. It definitely has some decent moments of comedy as well. Like, I don't want to spoil it. There's one moment where it's pretty laugh out loud. But like there's a lot of, I feel like it could have been better. I feel like they could have explored more. Like they only like kind of dabbled into how the street was transported to prehistoric times, using Carl Sagan's theories on wormholes and whatnot in the early 80s. But I feel like they could have elaborated on that a little more. I feel like they could have just done more with it. And with the ending being such a cop-out, it kind of killed the rest of the movie for me. But overall, the strong performances, great special effects, the direction is pretty solid overall. The writing, said the story, pretty paint by numbers. But movie's still a fun one. I give The End of Oak Street a solid B.
Thank you for watching Fatman Inc Horror. Leave a like if you enjoyed and a comment to discuss your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to see more reviews of horror movies new and old. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.